Yes, people, welcome back to my channel. Romario Webster here. Before we get into today's video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a video. But let's get straight to it. We're going to look at Liverpool. Of course, they lost yesterday 2-1 to Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. Appreciate it. Done the job. Arsenal top of the league. But this isn't about Arsenal. This is about Liverpool. All right. 3 L's in a row. And a certain Jamie Carragher was concerned at the start of the season, right? He said to Arne Slot after they beat Bournemouth 4-2, I'm concerned. I don't like seeing my team involved in these sort of games. Arne Slot sort of laughed it off and said, listen, don't worry about all that. We won the league last season. I know what I'm doing. Come now to the end of September/October, 3 losses in a row. Palace, Galatasaray in the Champions League, and now Chelsea. And it's not looking great. It's not the end of the world for Liverpool, but it's definitely not great. And I'm basically just going to look at to see what Liverpool have been doing wrong, what they've been doing right, because it's not a crisis for Liverpool, but it's definitely not good signs. And you could say it's been coming, right? And let's start with what Jamie Carragher actually said to Slot. He basically suggested that, it was a basketball game. It's like Liverpool are playing basketball. It's end to end. You have a shot, we have a shot. Very similar to what Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool were like at the start of his reign. Against Galatasaray, of course, they lost 1-0. They did concede a dubious penalty. It was a bit shaky, the sort of penalty you might not get if you're in the Premier League, but they lost ultimately. And Carragher was once again on CBS saying, look, he sort of had seen this coming. He feels like Liverpool in a minute aren't controlling games. And he said that no top team plays this way. He said the likes of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, PSG, it's all about control. Man City, of course, under Pep Guardiola. And Slot doesn't necessarily prioritise controlling. Just to mention Arsenal, a lot of Arsenal fans, myself included, have criticised Arteta for prioritising control over more fluid, fun football. But Arsenal's goal conceded record this season is immaculate. Our goal difference is +11, Liverpool's is +4, and that's mainly down to our defensive contribution rather than going forward. So Liverpool, they don't necessarily prioritise controlling the game. They're not trying to avoid risk. They're very much, of the belief their football will win them the games. And last season it won them the league, and I think one of the reasons it's not working this year is Mohamed Salah's slight drop-off. Now, Salah's not, he's not fallen off. It's still Mohamed Salah. I mean, let's look at his stats so far this season. He's played 7, started every game. He plays every minute, but he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. I mean, 2 goals and 2 assists in 7 games is not bad, but for Mohamed Salah, it's not the same as what he was doing last season. We've seen the likes of Hugo Ekitike come in and have a decent start, but he's been in and out of the team as they've, of course, brought Alexander Isak, who scored his first goal for Liverpool against Southampton, albeit in the Carabao Cup. So it's not like Isak's in that Premier League, Champions League side firing. He's not really been, put into the team, welcomed into the team properly. He didn't have a pre-season, so they're in a difficult position. They're essentially trying to replace Salah's output or support Salah with new players. Florian Wirtz has struggled. He started on the bench yesterday, and Florian Wirtz has been getting criticised a lot. And to be honest, I actually feel a bit sorry for Florian Wirtz. He hasn't scored or got an assist this season, which doesn't read well, right? He was signed for a reported 120 million, which could rise to 140, 150 million. You expect him to deliver, right? You expect Florian Wirtz to come in, hit the ground running, but not every player does. But when you're the champions, you're Liverpool, you spend that much money, the pressure's inevitable. We've seen it down the years with the likes of Paul Pogba, Declan Rice, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. The list goes on. Players that go for big money, they have pressure, and that is what you get in Florian Wirtz. That's what you get him. I think Isak's lack of pre-season's given him a bit of time because his performance yesterday, he did get an assist for Liverpool's equaliser, which Cody Gakpo slotted home. It was a very good goal. But Isak, I think, is getting that little bit more time. Everyone knows he needs to bed into the team. But Wirtz, it's not looking good, I'll be honest. Wirtz needs to pick it up. I don't think Wirtz is the problem. A lot of Liverpool fans have been saying he's the problem. Against Galatasaray, they're saying, look, Wirtz is the issue. They took him out of the team. So Boslai started in the 10 and they lost again. So it's not as simple as saying, take one player out and it works. Football just doesn't work that way. So Liverpool have got something to work on there. And in Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, Trent moved to Real Madrid in the summer for free or £10 million so you could play in the Club World Cup. And I think I do think a lot of pundits and fans and maybe Liverpool fans underestimated how important Trent Alexander-Arnold is to Liverpool, or was to their attacking and creative threat. The amount of balls Trent would put in behind to Salah, if it didn't come off, it gets the team up the pitch, and you can squeeze, you can counter press. We know Arne Slot loves a counter press. He's not always mad at his team losing the ball hard at the pitch, as it allows you an opportunity to go and hunt for the ball. You can win the ball back. So losing Trent Alexander-Arnold has been tough, and they've not replaced him directly. They brought in Jeremy Frimpong, who's been in and out of the team. Connor Bradley started yesterday. I'm just seeing Frimpong was an unused sub off the bench, and Frimpong's a very different style of right back. There isn't really a right back like Trent. Frimpong's more similar to your Hakimis and your Nuno Mendes, your Baldes, who bomb up and down the flanks, a more classic overlapping fullback. Trent is a bit of a unicorn. He can get the ball, he can put it on your foot from 50, 40 yards, and it'll set you up. He'll whip the ball into the back stick and put it on your head. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think, is a big miss to Liverpool because of the amount of influence he used to have on their creativity, and I just think you're seeing that now with their performances. We go to the game yesterday. Liverpool only made Chelsea's keeper Robert Sanchez have one save to make. They did have 4 big chances, an XG of 1.95, which is sometimes hard to truly quantify. Gakpo's finish was from pretty much inside the 6-yard box, which obviously boosts their XG. So, you know, you just look at that and you say, why are they not scoring as many goals as they was in the last 3 games? What is it that is stopping them? Why are they conceding more than they ever have? It's just questions you have to ask yourself. And this is something Jamie Carragher raised on that first game of the season when they beat Bournemouth 4-2, and we saw Anton Semenyo pretty much just racing through the middle of Liverpool's team on a counter-attack. And it's warning signs. You don't want your team to be getting countered on like that. It's just not sustainable to be that open. Now, Liverpool have had 2 clean sheets this season against Arsenal, ourselves and Burnley, all right? The clean sheet against Arsenal, we're just, you know, that was always a 1-0 or 1-1 game. You're not going to see Arsenal involved in many high-scoring games, especially against the big teams. It's just not Mikel Arteta's style. He very much prefers control and possession over end-to-end football. So that's one of them. And Burnley. So Liverpool have conceded in every other game this season apart from them 2. Once again, it's not sustainable. Alisson got injured midweek against Galatasaray. Is that a problem? To be fair to Liverpool, Mamardashvili is a very competent keeper, the Georgian international, so I don't think then too much of an issue there. However, the keeper does more than just save shots. It's the communication, it's the familiarity. Van Dijk and Konate, Alisson, they're the 3 you think of when you think of Liverpool's defence. So it's a lot of change in that Liverpool defence. Trent gone, Alisson injured, Robertson not in the team as much. You know, these are the little things that can start playing their part. And the more I say it, my confidence grows. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, I'm just not convinced Liverpool are the same. I'm not convinced their squad is big enough. There's enough depth. I think Alexander Isak, there's a few videos going around of him hands on his knees against Southampton. Newcastle fans always said Isak's fitness isn't the greatest. We know he's had unlucky, tough, long spells out with injuries. So I'm just not convinced Liverpool have the squad depth to deal with a big injury. Arsenal have 5 players out: Jesus, Havertz, Odegaard's out, Hincapié, Madueke, and we're dealing with it because we've bought enough players that can cope with it and manage the workload. So let's see. But as I'm mentioning Arsenal, as we did beat West Ham 2-0, please go check out my reaction on the channel. 2-0 win against West Ham was very good. Let's look ahead to Liverpool's next couple of games. It is, of course, the international break, so there's a bit of time until they play them. But after you come back from the international break, these are Liverpool's games. They've got Man United at home, Frankfurt away in the Champions League, Brentford home, Palace at home in the EFL Cup, Aston Villa at home, Real Madrid at home, Man City away, and then there's another international break. So when you look at those fixtures, let's just stick to the Premier League. Man United at home is never an easy game. I'm pretty sure last season they drew. Yeah, they drew 2 last season. So it's never an easy game for Liverpool. It's Man United's biggest game of the season, arguably. Maybe level with Man City, who knows these days. That's a big rivalry. Brentford away, not an easy game. They go up against former players in Kelleher and Jordan Henderson, who I'm sure will want to show the fans that they can still do it, and you know that they can beat their old teammates. Villa at home, once again, not an easy game. Unai Emery and Aston Villa haven't had a great start to the season. They're, I think, 16th at the minute, so maybe they would have picked up form by then, who knows. And that Champions League game against Real Madrid, albeit at home, that is a game Liverpool will want to make a statement in. They'll want to play a strong team. They'll want to win. That's not a game you can rest players for. And off the back of playing Real Madrid, 5 days later, they do have a big gap. It's Tuesday to Sunday, but 5 days later, they go away to Man City. A huge game. A very, very big game. And I think those games are going to sort of tell us what sort of mood Liverpool are in, whether this 3-loss run has affected them. And then we look at Arsenal's fixtures right after the international break. Fulham away, Atletico Madrid at home, tough. Palace at home in the league, Brighton at home in the cup, Burnley away, Slavia Prague away in the Champions League, Sunderland away, and then there's an international break. So when you look at those games, I mean, there's no easy games in the Premier League. That's the tough thing. There isn't an easy game. However, I look at it and I just think we should be coming out with 13 points from the league there. Wait, so how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so we should be coming away with at least 10 points. 3 wins and a draw, minimum. The game I can see us drawing, Fulham away is not a game you want to draw off the back of the international break. We need to win that. Fulham has been a sort of tough ground. We don't always do well there, but Sunderland away is one of them banana skins. But really, when you look at it, if Arsenal are serious about winning the league, Fulham away, Palace at home, Burnley away, Sunderland away, they're games you have to win. I mean, going away in the Premier League back-to-back isn't easy, but it's something I think the boys need to relish, and they can capitalise on Liverpool, maybe dropping some points in that period as well. So let's see. But essentially, I just wanted to do this video reacting to the game. I thought Chelsea done well. I don't necessarily think they deserved to win. I think it was pretty even. Second half, Liverpool with a better side. But Liverpool, man, losing after Arsenal win. Last week, of course, losing to Palace, Arsenal beat Newcastle, which was a huge swing, and now we sit top of the league. So as we go into the international break, it'll be interesting to see what happens afterwards, because I just think the momentum's in Arsenal's hands, and we have to capitalise on it. I don't want to be hearing any excuses about, you know, injuries or anything. We just have to capitalise on this, because if we don't, we'll kick ourselves for it. And this is our moment. It's a bit annoying the international break's coming, but Jamie Carragher looks like he might have been right. Looks like he was right to be concerned. Arne Slot laughed off Jamie Carragher, said, listen, this is how we play. Don't worry, Carragher. We got it covered. Jamie was like, I don't know that. I'm a bit worried. That was my Scouse accent. I think Carragher has a point. Liverpool are a bit end-to-end. It's a bit all over the place. I'm not sure it's sustainable. I hope it's not sustainable, and Arsenal can hopefully go on and win the league. So let's see what happens after the international break. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the football. Man City are playing today. Villa are playing today. Brighton. There's some good games. Let's see what happens. The Premier League is well underway. I'm going to get out of here. Before I do, please like, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know whenever I drop a video. I'm going live with Judge Mo and Hassam later on the MHF channel, so go check that out as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace!